Okay, so I wanted to talk about how I'm scared of being delusional and I'm scared of my ego getting in the way and me not seeing things.
Hey, welcome. It's B Ricky. Yeah.
And I'm thinking about this just because of the Gabby Hanna drama that's going on online and how, like, I couldn't imagine not seeing myself as in the wrong in some of those situations. And what makes me doubt this is because I was raised by someone who has narcissistic tendencies. In my opinion, I can't diagnose or anything, but that's my opinion. And when you're raised with by someone like that, like I also had a parent who was the opposite and was very, very empathetic and very giving and very self aware. So I'm really thankful that I had that role model as well, like an actually genuinely really good person. But it still puts doubt in your mind and with yourself. It's like I was still raised by someone like that. And it's like, did I pick up on any of that? Did I take any of that and not realize that, like, it's just really unsettling. And especially because, like, I've made a video before, is like, there's been times when I haven't realized when I'm in the wrong. And you feel like shit when you realize that you were. And, like, your ego got in the way. And it's like, well, what if I'm doing that now? What if I'm doing that now? And I just don't realize it again. Like, I'm scared of being delusional and I'm scared of my ego coming in and doing mental gymnastics and just trying to, like, well, no, you're right because of this. You're right because of this. You have this. You have whatever. Because I know it is difficult for me to feel bad about myself. Like, I don't want to feel like a bad person. And to hurt other people really hurts me. So to think that I could do that unintentionally or my ego could get in the way is just kind of like a mind fuck. And it messes with me. And I'm just really scared of doing that. And but I guess too, of like, yeah, I guess sometimes that happens with people. Like, but again, am I making excuses for myself? Am I making excuses for myself? Being like, I'm human. I'll make these mistakes. Yes. And, that's the important part, is the and. When I do, if and when I do make those mistakes, I acknowledge and say that I was shitty and apologize, genuinely apologize, and not try and you don't make it about yourself. You don't say, but this, I did this because of this, I did this because of this. Yeah, sometimes that is valid. Like, sometimes you like, how do I explain this? You do things because other people do them, like you're triggered, but it's like, how do you respond in an appropriate way? That's not your ego coming out and being like, no, you're wrong, I'm right, I'm going to do all of these mind flips and gymnastics to prove that I'm right and you're wrong, and that's why I'm still a good person. I'm scared of doing that because I know I have done that in the past. And also, I have matured and grown since then. So I guess really it's just how you deal with it, if and when it does happen. But either way, I'm going to be disappointed in myself. I don't know, maybe a good sign. I'm just trying to figure out, like, okay, what are the signs that I'm not this person? And again, am I doing mental gymnastics? I don't know. Maybe you can tell me. But like, it's how you deal with it at the time and whether you feel genuinely sorry and genuine remorse for what you did, and then expressing that to the person and not saying but and not saying, well, you did. And that can be an explanation. It can be an explanation for your behavior, but it's not an excuse. I don't know. I'm scared of being delusional. I'm scared of being a walking ego because that's so embarrassing, and that's so, like, as we can see of certain people online, like, how can you not see when you're hurting someone and just be like, okay, I'm sorry, and back down? Like, and that's so embarrassing, and that's so shameful to me. Like, that would be so shameful. And I think just like my life of not really trusting myself and not trusting my judgment is like, oh my God, I don't want to be that. And then, social anxiety of being like scared of being embarrassed, scared of being not liked. All of those things just kind of come to play in, like, what if I am like that? Oh my God, people hate me. Oh my God. Because it's like, what if someone sees my behavior and they don't see it as genuine? They don't, like, they're like, oh, she's moving her hands like this. She's smiling. She's doing this. And that means she's not being genuine. And that scares me. That really scares me. Because, like, I feel like if someone has that opinion, if someone has that opinion, I'm going to even doubt myself. Like, I'll doubt myself. I'll be like, oh my God, was I being genuine? Was I trying to be deceitful? Was I trying to manipulate other people? Oh, she's self-soothing. And it's like, yeah, I'm uncomfortable. I just want to be a genuine person who spreads love and light and joy. And it scares me to think that I might not be that person. And it hurts me to think that excuse me, and it hurts me to think that I might not be that person. And just my history of not trusting myself, I feel like people are like, well, how do you not know if you're a good person? How do you not know? Like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I doubt whether I'm a good person. And it's like a fear of mine. It always has been. And I know it's a common thought that people have where it's like, oh, I'm going to get found out that I'm actually a bad person. Like, people are going to find out that I'm actually bad. It's just like, well, what about you is even bad? Like, I don't know. It's just like a distortion that I have, but I still really struggle with, clearly. And what even is, like, I don't know, what even is a bad person? People who hurt others, people who don't care about hurting others, like a genuine indifference or joy, pleasure out of hurting others, that's a bad person, in my opinion, I think. Like, there's some things that are just inherently wrong. And to me, that's one of them, is either indifference to other people's suffering or joy out of other people's suffering. It's just like, so I know I'm not a bad person there, because I don't get joy out of other people's suffering at all, unless they're a bad person. So, like, am I a bad person if I get joy out of bad people suffering? My brain is just going everywhere right now. If you can't tell. And then I think also just like repeated. Yeah, I guess that's an important one too, and one I should take into account for myself. Like, repeated. Like, if you realize or if you have done something that hurts other people, it's making that not a pattern. Like, when you apologize, like, part of a genuine apology, you apologize and then there's changed behavior. You change the way that you act. You change the way that you do things, you think, so that you don't do that again. And I think that's a genuine apology and a genuine, I fucked up. I don't know. What do you think a bad person is? I genuinely want to know, like, what people think. Like, what is a bad person? Or, like, someone who, like, I don't know if that's the right word, like, bad person. I don't know if that's the right thing to say, but, like, not a good person. I don't know. Because, like, I've thought about this a lot. But then I think also the role of, like, disabilities and mental health problems and physical problems and how those contribute to your inability to or difficulty with changing your behavior. Like, I know it's easier said than done to change your behavior and to change the way you think. A lot easier said than done. And it's like, how able and aware is the person? And that's the thing. I'm scared of not being aware. And that all just kind of comes together and it's just like, I don't know. I don't know. I just know that I want to continue and try to always be a good person, a better person, one that contributes, one that at least does the least amount of harm. Oh, hi. Hi, baby. Come for a visit. Do you hear all the birds? Mwah. What do you think a good person is? Someone who gives lots of pets and treats, right? Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Lots of pets, treats, and cuddles. Sweet girl. Yeah. Yeah. So I don't really know the answer to any of this. Yeah. But I kind of just wanted to talk about it and get it out and see other people. I want to see other people's opinions on things because I don't trust my own. So yeah, I think that's all for now. Tell me if I'm delusional. And I'll try not to be. Okay, I think that's all. You gonna say bye, Bean? Say bye. No, bye.